New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, who is disgusting. I'm sorry, but the COVID overreach and the destructive, awful windmills are reason enough to dislike Phil Murphy. He made this announcement just casually the other day that he's harboring an illegal. Now, he didn't say it explicitly, but there's really no other conclusion to reach from what he did say. I'll play it again. Here he is on Saturday.
Tammy and I were talking about, I don't want to get into too much detail, but there's someone in our broader universe whose immigration status is not yet at the point that they are trying to get it to. And we said, you know what, let's have her live at our house above our garage. And good luck to the feds coming in to try to get her.
Okay. So you tell me why the feds would come to get her if she's not an illegal. It's a very clear admission. He's harboring an illegal whose immigration status is not yet at the point that she's trying to get it to, but it's at a point at which the feds would try to get her. So it's an admission. He's definitely harboring an illegal, in my opinion, based on what he said. Now you tell me, who in their right mind, Mike Davis, would take a look at Tom Homan and say, that's a guy I would like to mess with. I would really like to tempt Tom Homan to come after me because I think he's a weak, feckless man. This man, just for those of you playing at home, here's Tom Homan.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Who looks at him and says, I love to tempt the bull. I'm just going to take out my red cape and I'm going to wave it to see if Tom Homan's paying attention. Well, he is, because he responded, this is on Hannity Monday night. It's Hot 13.
I think the governor's pretty foolish saying what he said, because I got note of it, won't let it go, we'll look into it. And if he's knowingly harboring, concealing an illegal alien, that's a violation of Title 8 United States Code 1324. I would seek prosecution, or the secretary would seek prosecution. So maybe he's bluffing. If he's not, we'll deal with that. And as far as suing sanctuary cities, well, get in line, because the Trump administration is going to do that already. Sanctuary cities are sanctuaries for criminals.
Mike, thoughts?
I would not mess with Tom Homan if I were anyone. He's probably the only person on the planet who I fear. And so I wouldn't mess with that guy. He's deadly serious. And I would say to these Democrat governors who want to go on and admit that they're committing a federal felony by harboring illegal immigrants, that's probably not the wisest thing you should be doing.
He really is one of those guys who you wake up like, am I legal? I'm legal, right? I'm good. I'm fine. Yes, I'm definitely legal. I don't have to worry about Tom Homan trying to get me out, because he's getting you out if you're here unlawfully. Now, a Phil Murphy aide, Dave, tells the New York Post that the governor was misinterpreted, that Murphy was just referring to a legal resident who's in his circle of friends and was worried about President Trump's return to the White House. That's all. Totally legal, in the circle of friends, and I guess maybe not in the apartment over the garage, and with an immigration status not yet at the point that they're trying to get it to, and worried about being deported by Tom Homan.
Well, Megyn, of course, if that were the case, why did he dare Tom Homan to go get him? Why did he dare them if she wasn't living in his house? But okay,
correct.
Right. So this is why pencils have erasers. The governor just made a little mistake, and now he's doing cleanup on aisle 9, to mix a metaphor.
No, what do you mean? The mistake was the admission. He's screwed, and so is his upstairs neighbor.
I'm advising the governor to cease using his mouth to talk about this any longer, because it's not helping him. I think, there's a lot of emotion on my side of the aisle and a lot of anger. And I think that he just got caught up in the moment and was saying this stuff. Now, if it really is an undocumented immigrant living above his home, then he's going to be in trouble. And you don't want to
committing a felony.
Well, you don't want to mess with a guy that even Mike Davis fears. I got that. So
Yeah.
I'd say that he needs to backtrack and make it clear, as his aide is, that there is no such person living in the house. There's nothing to see here. He misspoke. He was referring to a friend in his circle who is legal and was worried about getting caught up in the deportation.
He's so dumb. He already flagged it. He already red flagged it for Tom Homan. It's too late. Tom Homan's going to see what's in that upstairs apartment. I have no doubt of it. And honestly, if he finds an illegal in there, apparently she'll flee. I imagine she'd flee by the time Homan gets there. He's going to find out. Who was it? You can't avoid this. He's going to find out who it was. The governor probably just ensured that woman's deportation. And guess what else, Mike? The governor could potentially face felony charges. Here's the statute. 8 U.S. Code Section 1324, bringing in and harboring certain aliens, a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Quote, any person who knowingly or in reckless disregard of the fact that an alien has come to, entered, or remains in the United States in violation of law, conceals, harbors, or shields from detection, or attempts to conceal, harbor, or shield from detection, any such alien in any place shall be imprisoned not more than 5 years. So, pretty good argument there, admitted by the New Jersey governor that he knowingly or in reckless disregard of the fact that he had an alien there, an illegal alien, had entered the United States in violation of law or remained in the United States in violation of law, either one, was concealing, harboring, and shielding from detection, one of those, anyone, harboring, he harbored, that's it, or attempting to harbor, has to be in prison for more than 5 years. You tell me where the governor should be hiring a lawyer right now.
I would advise the governor to hire a lawyer because, again, Tom Homan's not messing around. And I imagine there will be ICE agents knocking on the door of that garage to see if there are illegal immigrants in the governor's garage. And that's so not smart for him to do this. But you're raising a more important point, Megyn, which is this statute, this federal harboring statute. This applies to a lot of people who are aiding, abetting, harboring illegal immigrants in this country, including corporations that hire them.
He harbored. He admitted to the harboring. He was proud of the harboring. He tried to show a little swagger against Tom Homan, and his illegal friend and he are going to pay the price. She's the least of your troubles now.
Only if they catch her there.
Oh, he's going to be like, she's my illegal from Canada. This like George Glass.
She's not living there anymore. If she ever lived there, I'm sure she's gone. You'd have to actually find her on his property. The fact that he said it isn't enough to prosecute him.
Which is more pathetic, Dave Aronberg? He had an illegal up there and he had this stupidity to threaten Tom Homan, or he never had an illegal up there and he's just tried to act like a badass, making up an imaginary illegal to try to look like a tough guy in front of Tom Homan.
I think it's probably the latter. I think that he was trying to get some street cred by saying, yeah, come and get it, Homan. You'll get in my property over this dead body or something like that. You know, they say with the Second Amendment, you have to pry my cold dead hands off this gun if you're going to get it from me. So I just think that was too much bluster. We all need to tone down the rhetoric.
Oh my gosh. Either one is a humiliation for him. We continue to face uncertainty when it comes to the economy, with a perfect storm brewing as Social Security and Medicare hit a breaking point, as the largest generation is, of course, hitting retirement. A smaller workforce means a smaller tax base. You pair that with our growing national debt and rising cost of living, and we could have a big problem. So what are you doing right now to protect your family for the future? Gold can be a safe haven in hard economic times, and Birch Gold makes it easy to diversify a portion of your savings into physical gold. Birch Gold will help you transition an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and it does not cost you 1 cent out of pocket. Protect your future today. Text MK to the number 989898 and get your free info kit on gold and a copy of The Ultimate Guide for Gold in the Trump Era with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. There's no obligation, just information. Birch Gold has earned the trust of countless Americans looking to safeguard their savings and diversify them. Text my initials, MK, to the number 989898 to learn more today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.